Professional racquetball converges on Kansas City, a city with a storied sports history. Enter the TeamRoot.com Supermax Slam. $60,000 in prize money on the line. The best athletes from around the world. This is the Ladies Professional Racquetball Tour.
We are live, everybody, at the TeamRoot.com Super Max Slam. My name is Tim Baghurst, joined by Sandy Rios for this round of 32s. It's hard to believe this is a round of 32s, Sandy, when we have Bolivian number one against the Colombian number one. It's Barrios in the magenta. I don't know what color that is.
Maroon.
Maroon.
I go with maroon. Amaya in the gray.
What a match for a round of 32. We see the 10 seed Amaya and the 23 Barrios. Barrios, is she 23 seed? No, she isn't really. She is on paper, but it's because of her inability from Bolivia to get to many pro stops. We'll see whether the 10 seed, though, can get to the round of 16s.
Well, and it's going to be lower now because based on rankings, the girls have not had matches for 10 months. And those matches that have been played that are too old for the ranking system have dropped off.
And we're going to try to see Amaya assert her experience, her consistency over Barrios, who is younger, less experienced, but we know can play. The Bolivian number one, you're not a Bolivian number one because you're a bad player.
No. Amaya has a wealth of experience here, and you know she's going to be using that this entire match.
And I say, it's a good question. Isn't Maciel Rivera from Bolivia ranked higher than Angelica Barrios? Yes, in the LPRT. But Barrios won the Bolivian national championships. That's what I'm referring to there. Amaya running around to hit her forehand. Should have hit her backhand because that forehand was a big skip.
Yes. I understand the theory to run around your forehand, but she's got a good backhand. She's got one of the better backhands. She should have confidence in it by this point.
Skip from Amaya. Barrios
with a good serve.
Had 4 wins, 3 losses in 2017-18. 5 wins, 3 losses in 18-19, and 2 losses in 2019-2020. So has on paper, very little experience at the LPRT level.
Internationally, I think she has quite a bit of experience, obviously.
But internationally as a junior. As a senior, she has played in a couple of tournaments, but I think it's very fair to say that she's still learning to play at this level.
Well, I don't think it's going to be a big step for her. It's going to be a step, but the step's not going to be as big as it may appear to be. I think she's got the talent. I think she's got the mentality, and while she may not have the professional experience, we all know experience can translate from juniors into the pros.
Barrios has never played Amaya on the Pro Tour. Clean hitting from Barrios. But Amaya says, well, you're going to leave one up for me? I can show you I can hit clean too.
Amaya did very good defense to stay in that, and then when she got her opportunity, she put the ball away.
Short serve. Amaya is a crafty player. She plays a lot of squash. You can see it in some of her swings. There's a great example. She dug that off the back wall and just guides that ball into the front.
Just a little flip of the wrist, just enough to get it on the front wall, and it's done. In an early.
Well, she made it look easy, but that was difficult.
It's not easy.
I think we've got some questions here about the height of the ball off the back wall.
Or if there's a court hinder on the wall, I'm not sure.
I think we need a clarification.
Did you want anything from Panera Breads? George is going. Just tell me what it is. George is going to get it.
So let me just clarify what's going on here. There's no 12-foot line on the back wall, and the official can't see the top of the back wall. So it basically, you can't call it. Nothing can be called in that situation.
Yes.
5 serving 3.
And a couple of loose returns by Amaya, and Barrios puts the ball down to get back in the box. And Barrios has tried that forehand serve twice, and both times Amaya has just put the ball down to get herself back in the box. And Barrios has got herself back in the box. It appears that both of these players believe the weakest part of their opponent is the forehand return. We've seen a lot of serves going to the forehand side. Of course, naturally now we go to the backhand.
Short serve from Barrios. Soft touch from Amaya. Six serving 4. Amaya leads. That's a good shot from Barrios. Junior under 18 world champion. Transitioning up to the seniors and giving Amaya all she can handle with an ace serve to the right, sliding that ball over. Excellent shot. We know Barrios can play. She's beaten Suzy Acosta, Nancy Enriquez, Regina Franco, Adrian Haynes, Maria Paz Munoz, Maricruz Ortiz, Rhonda Racich, Adriana Riveros, Inez Rodriguez on the LPRT tour, so we know she can play. And she's starting to show it here against Amaya. But Amaya says, let me roll this one out. You can't return that. 6 serving 7. What a great return from Barrios. The ball just came off that back wall. And an ace serve from Barrios. Amaya taking a timeout.
Well, Amaya had started out fairly easily taking a big lead, but Barrios has clawed her way back into it, and now I think Amaya is trying to shut that down and not let her get any more momentum going this early in the match.
Amaya has played over 200 matches on the LPRT tour compared to Barrios under 20. So when we talk about experience, Amaya has been here for a long time. She's been doing it for a long time. She has had a lot of successes. She's made 2 finals. So she knows how to play. She's been here before. She knows what she needs to do.
Exactly. She knows how to regroup.
But the challenge is she's playing somebody she's never played before. And in Barrios, we've got a very intelligent player, somebody who can be creative and hit different speeds. Barrios is a difficult person to play, just like Amaya, by the way.
Yes, Amaya can come up with so many different shots, and you don't know that's coming. So they're both going to have each other trying to figure out what's going to happen. You're not going to get a separate receipt.
Well, what's the call? Replay. And Amaya talking to herself a little bit. Breathing hard. 10 months since we've had the last indoor tournament. Sandy, it's easy to, you know, kind of assume that these players can just walk back in the court. Hey, you've been playing at home. You've been playing different people at home. It's not a tournament.
It's totally different. The quality that they need to see may not be available where they're at, and with everybody kind of restricted travel, they may not have been able to get to where they can see the competition, play against players who are of this caliber.
Skip ball from Amaya.
So basically we all
9-7.
know as much as you can stand and do drills on a court, it's not the same as actually playing a match and seeing the ball come at you.
And another one, 2 skips from Amaya. Winner of this will take on Centellas from Argentina, originally from Bolivia, but has switched to Argentina and will be taking on the winner of this. She defeated Annie Roberts from the USA, 15-4, 15-4.
Well, once again, we have another great match to anticipate. Regardless of who wins this one, it's still going to be a good match.
We obviously see great matches at the U.S. Open because most players go to the U.S. Open. But I don't know that I've seen a round of 16s that looks like this. It's pretty special. We have 18 of the top 20 players here. And we have some players like Barrios who are ranked 23 and really shouldn't be ranked that low. They can play. Look at that ace.
Nice, nice. It's tough to get a good sense of where people really should be ranked on the tour when they're not able to come to too many pro stops. It's difficult on them, and one, because of their lower ranking, they may have to play that extra match or two. We all know it makes a big difference. So this is a treat. We've got all the top meeting early. It's going to be a very interesting weekend.
Amaya tried to flick a reverse pinch winner. It didn't work. Side out, 11-7, 11-7. Ooh, just missed it. There's the uniqueness of Barrios trying to flick a backhand winner. Sometimes those work and you just go, wow. That time it's, if you're looking on, what is she doing? It's because she hits those pretty well consistently.
Well, in an off speed, obviously nobody's looking for it, and that's why it works so well. It's just a little flick, hits the front wall, and dies.
Barrios is not a power player. She can hit the ball quite hard, but not like Maria Jose Vargas or an Adrian Haynes. She is much more of a clever player, changing things, making her opponent move different locations.
Right.
That's where she finds a lot of success.
Well, when you change that speed, people anticipate the ball being somewhere that it doesn't show up, and they're scrambling to try to get to the ball.
Great flick from Amaya, running back deep on the right side. Flicks it left. Has a lot of wrist strength to do that. There's the power, and Barrios, oh my gosh.
The speed, and just put the racket out there.
If you don't hit the ball, nothing good happens, and Barrios, as you said, just got a racket on it. Got it to the front wall, earned the side out.
You stick the racket out there, don't bend the wrist, hold it stiff, and let it go. And she used Amaya's power against her on that one.
Forehand winner from Barrios. Looked casual, but she knew what she was doing. Amaya wanted to go down the line. She did, but didn't execute.
No.
Got punished by the Bolivian. It's just comfortable right now from Barrios.
Well, and Amaya is leaving that ball up. She's leaving it up, and Barrios is just putting it down. If you're going to set her up, she's going to make her shot.
Wow.
Oh, nice shot by Amaya.
Beautiful replay. Thanks, Jay Josie. That's I want to say really bad. It really was.
Yes.
It kicks the sidewall, comes back into the middle, and you're toast if you serve that.
Well, and you're hitting it to your opponent's forehand.
Well, a lot of people think that Barrios has a better backhand than forehand. And I think that's the strategy there is, you know, when Barrios plays doubles, she tends to play the left side. So right now, though, if you don't hit a clean serve, it doesn't matter what side you hit it to.
No.
There's another example. It's good defense from Barrios. Oh, my gosh. I thought she got it. Just hit the ground.
And it seems that both of them have a very healthy respect for the other's backhand. As you note, those second serves are all going to the forehand side. They're playing the lob on the forehand. And
that was
there
loose. That was loose from Barrios on game point. Will it cost her? 9-14. Wow, great get. That was the squash. That lunge to just get one back. She did, but Barrios kept her composure, put the ball away. Another game point.
Well, and she kept it away from Amaya. She didn't do too much with it. She just put it past her so she could not get to it, couldn't run it down.
This has been an interesting match between two unorthodox players.
You've seen a lot of different shots that you're maybe not used to seeing. And Amaya just taking her time on that one. She got her set up. Just hit the shot. Don't worry, it doesn't have to be perfect. Just hit a good shot.
Just a reminder, we're here in Overland Park, Kansas for the TeamRoot.com Super Max Slam. $60,000 in prize money for these ladies. It's incredible. I've not seen that kind of money since I've been involved in racquetball. Great get from Barrios. And earns it. Look at that backhand shot.
Right down the line. Just. And we have game point once again for Barrios.
This is the round of 32s. Hard to believe. Oh, we keep laughing and just shaking our heads, right, Sandy?
Well, how do you say round of 32s when you've got the #1 player from two countries playing each other in the round of 32s? You have to laugh.
And I'll get, oh, look at this, Amaya pushing forward. And skip ball from Barrios. She's had, what, three or four opportunities to win this first game? Skip ball. Man, a lot of errors in this match. When we talked about our last match, we saw some high balls, but we saw some really great serves and some really short points. Here we're seeing a little bit more
rallies,
more rallies, more errors.
And literally, yeah, our first match, it was a matter of who could get their serve in the best, and they were both doing an amazing job. This one, it's who's skipping it the least, who's making the fewer errors, because there are a lot of balls being left up and not put down.
Well, that time Barrios does put a ball down, takes the first game 15-10, so the 23 seed claims the first. We'll take a break, and we'll be back for game number 2.
Gearbox.
We're back, everybody. Tim Baghurst, Sandy Rios, joining you for game number 2. If you're just joining us, Angelica Barrios won the first 15-10 over 10 seed Cristina Amaya. A bit of a shock, but then we know Barrios, we know her history. It's not so much of a shock.
It's not. She just doesn't have the LPRT ranking, which is why she is where she is. It's not her inability to play the game, obviously. She plays a very good game. Very unorthodox at times, more control and good shooting instead of power. And that can cause problems for some of the power players. They're not sure how to handle it.
So put yourself in the position of Amaya. You know, you're come in, you're supposed to win this first round. What do you do having lost the first?
I think what she needs to do is put her shots down. She's left up.
That's easy to say, though, Sandy. Come on.
She needs to mentally realize that she has the ability to kill the ball. She's trying to do a little bit, I think she's trying to do a little bit too much wrist flicking, trying to hit little tricky shots, and I think she needs to just go back to racquetball. Keep her down the lines clean, get her serves in, take advantage of that wallpaper ceiling shot on the right-hand side, because that seems to be the weaker side of both players, actually. But I think she just needs to focus on putting her shots down and quit trying, maybe leave the squash a little bit off. You know, yeah, it helps at times, but right now she needs to just put good, clean racquetball shots in there.
Okay, so we're back in. Of course, this is the third match streamed of the day, and we have another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 matches to come, ladies and gentlemen. Strap yourselves in. Sandy, it's going to be a long day, but that's why
Yeah.
we're here. We want to see these matches.
We desperately, yes. And they're all going to be great matches. There's not going to be anyone that's probably not going to enjoy each and every one of these matches.
So Barrios, a 23 seed, claims the first. Those who know her may not be such a surprise, but Cristina Amaya may be hoping for an easier first round matchup than this.
I think sometimes, yes, they're used to getting those easy first round matches. This is not that time. This is not that tournament.
Because everybody came.
Everybody came.
The two missing from the top 20, Suzy Acosta and Kalani Lawrence. All 18 of the top 20 are here. And a few surprises, as we can see, from Barrios and Meneses, who lost 11-10 to Nancy Enriquez.
Which was, if you missed it, go back and watch it.
Oh, yeah. What a
that was
match.
an amazing match. If you want to see a drive serve clinic from those two women, that's what that match was.
That's a good backhand shot from Amaya cross court.
And Amaya needs to cut down on her errors. She's making a lot of errors. She's either skipping or leaving the ball up. And Barrios is taking advantage of that.
That's what she needs, Amaya.
That's a good serve. Stayed on the wall, shot out and stayed on the side wall. And there's a mistake from Barrios on the forehand. Scored 2, serving 3.
Really struggling to hit this on the right side.
Which is not what you would expect. A little worse than I would have expected, even though it's not her strong side. But she's making a lot of errors on the forehand.
Ooh, just short, Barrios. She was there. Smart shot from Barrios. Looked like, what are you doing? That's not a great shot, but it's controlled. It's off pace. It surprised Amaya.
Exactly. Nothing fancy. Just didn't hit the sidewall. Just went straight down and.
Amaya hits a racquetball shot there, backhand winner.
And that's what she needs to go back to. She needs to go back to those straight, good pinches, down the lines, keep them clean off the sidewall.
Then some questions about other matches going on. Mejia and Laime specifically.
Oh, once again, another off-speed shot by Barrios.
Sorry, I was just looking around. Mejia and Laime have not yet started. I see Laime sitting over to my left. I apologize. I'll have a correction. They already played. That was fast. Mejia.
I think because our last match took so long,
maybe.
we got kind of lost.
So it's not yet updated, but Mejia advances over Laime. Guess who Mejia plays tonight at 6 p.m.? Maria Jose Vargas.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, what a great match that will be.
Well, there's one of our 7 o'clock matches, hopefully.
full lineup, of course, can be seen. The draw can be seen on our website. Go to lprtour.com, go to schedule, and you'll see this tournament. Teamroot.com Supermax Slam. And from there, you'll be able to click on the draw link and see that we have pro singles, pro doubles, and several $1,000s in open.
Women's Open, yes. And there are anticipated some very good matches in the Women's Open as well.
Yeah, I believe the top 6 on tour are not allowed to play in open, which means a lot of players have entered open.
Well, when you look at the prize money, why wouldn't
Why
they?
wouldn't you?
Why
Yeah.
wouldn't they?
I mean, gosh, a round of 16 match already set up. Rodriguez Barrios. I mean, that's round of 16s in open.
Okay, so yes.
So that should be, on paper, we're going to see some really good matches. So good from Barrios. And again, if you look at this match, you say Cristina Amaya's forehand down the line, going to the right side, seems to be very inconsistent.
That shot, it just set Barrios up. I mean, it hit the sidewall, came right to her in the middle of the court, and all she had to do was put it down.
Barrios seems to have figured this out and is picking a bit on this forehand.
And there we see it again.
So timeout on the court taken by Amaya. She's a little bothered by all this, so we'll take a timeout ourselves and we'll be back in just a minute.
I'm Holly Scott, I'm 20 years old, and I'm from Seattle, Washington. I've been playing racquetball for about 15 years. My dad started because I didn't like the daycare at the gym, so I was very bored and I needed to go play racquetball. It's my calling. I love the LPRT. I get to travel, meet new people, work on my Spanish, and it's just a great experience and everyone should experience it. Reaching your dream foundation is really important to me because it helps me travel, to get experience, to do better in racquetball and in life. They teach you to do things professionally, on and off the court. My goal is to be #1, obviously, same with everybody. It's difficult, but with their help, I can work for it every single tournament and get better. Donations are greatly appreciated, no matter how big or small. It helps players like me reach our dream.
Good timeout, Sandy.
Yes.
Got the side out.
It was. Well, once again, we see the error on the forehand side. They both seem to be having trouble hitting the ball on the forehand side.
Agreed. And in this situation, Amaya earns a point. So 2 rallies, 1 after that timeout.
Very good timeout. Once again.
Yeah.
Good use of
the
the
lesson
timeout.
learned today, right? For anybody watching.
In the backhand winner.
You and I play racquetball,
Yes.
not at this level.
No.
You don't need to say it like that.
No. we could
We're
beat them
not that
all.
awful.
We're not that bad. But definitely not at this level, no.
skip from Barrios. But my point I was going to make is a couple weeks ago, I played in a tournament and went to a tiebreaker and lost the tiebreaker and didn't take my second timeout. And I did in the game one, and I was down 14-10 and came back and won at 15-14. And so for 2 weeks I've been, why didn't I take that timeout? I know it's in my favor. It was so dumb.
Well,
and
okay,
there's a lesson. We're seeing people who
Yes.
take timeouts come in and win the rally.
and not to excuse it, but sometimes we forget to take our timeouts. We get so wrapped up in the match, and it's a tiebreaker, and we're so focused that we forget, oh, I have another timeout, I should take it.
And that's sometimes the value of having somebody there who can coach you and remind you of maybe how you were winning or
Right.
what some suggestions. Not necessarily every point, but, you know, oh, let's break the momentum and take a timeout. Or remember that serve X, Y, and Z that worked earlier that you've gone away from.
Exactly. You don't have to have somebody designated as a coach to tell you that, but it's so much easier when you're someone off the court watching. Our job right now is so much easier for us to sit here and watch it as opposed to actually being on the court and trying to remember, because you're so focused on what you're doing, so you can't really remember what happened 5 plays ago.
Oh, Amaya, forehand error. That was that flick of the wrist as opposed to a swing.
Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. She needs to quit flicking with the wrist. She needs to go ahead, swing, take her shot, and quit relying on that, because it's not there today. And there's a nice forehand winner by Amaya.
6 serving 9. I want to point out as well, we mentioned this is $60,000. The round of 16s is where the money starts at $1,018.50. So think about it. This is a $1,000 match
There's just
in the first round.
there's a lot of incentive, if you put it that way, to do your best.
Yeah, losers take nothing.
Exactly.
That's a big deal. Quarterfinals, $1,900. Semifinals, $3,400. Second place, $5,600. First place, $9,450.
Okay.
That's just pro singles.
You know what? You and I could play really well for that kind of money if they'd ever offer it in our divisions.
We could. You and I would train a lot more.
Yes, you're right.
Barrios back in the service box. 9-7. Pro doubles, there's $12,000. Quarterfinals, $360 per person. Semis, $630. Second place, $900. First place, $1,800 for
Per
doubles
player.
to win per player. Open singles, round of 16s, $125. Soft hands from Barrios. Quarters, $250. Semis, $500. Second place, $1,000. Winner, $2,000. That's for open.
And that's, you know.
It's awesome.
It's great. It is. Randy Root, we love you and we appreciate all you've done for this tournament.
100% yes. Smart shot from Amaya. Barrios, why is she serving down that left side?
You know, this is where the person outside should tell them, go to the forehand.
Remember what was working.
What was working? The forehand was working. Go to that forehand side.
That looked like 2.
Yes. But I'm going to tell you, the forehand side, it's got to be a better serve than that one.
Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that. The title's right, but the description, I'm manually remove it. It's going to eject it again.
Smart shot by Barrios. Had Amaya trapped on the left-hand side of the court.
No replay. No one I really asked for it. Kept playing through, and Barrios is hitting clean winners.
She looks a little calmer, a little more confident. She's taking her time and making good shots there.
So timeout on the court. We'll take a timeout. Barrios leads one game and is up in the second. Seven is our score. 2 points away, Barrios.
We'll see if she continues serving to this forehand side. The answer is yep.
Well, that time.
Not that time. It was short serve. Amaya had plenty of time to set up, put her shot down.
Loose ball from Barrios. What will Amaya do? Oh, my.
Not enough.
It's always so hard, though, isn't it?
What do you do? Do I hit it soft? She's right there. Do I hit it hard? What do I do with that shot?
Skip ball. Amaya brings up match point number one. Coming up after this, Rivera, Mexico against Bolivia. Barrios. Oh, wow. Finishes it.
Winner.
It looks so smooth and relaxed, and she just splats it for the winner in almost anticlimactic fashion. She claims it. 15-10, 15-7.
Well, it was a well-played match, except on the forehand side of the court. Backhands were on for both women. Their serves, not what we had seen in the match before, but adequate. But Barrios just took advantage of her opportunities. She put the ball down, change of speed, change of location, and Amaya just could not get a hold of them.
Well, just behind me, we heard our commissioner, TJ Bamba, call for Aaron Rivera from Mexico and Maciel Rivera from Bolivia to court number 2, which is our show court. Let's get them warmed up, and we'll be back on the air for that match. It's the last match this morning for singles before we turn to doubles. We'll take a break. We hope you join us in just a few minutes.
Professional racquetball converges on Kansas City, a city with a storied sports history. Enter the TeamRoot.com Supermax Slam. $60,000 in prize money on the line. The best athletes from around the world. This is the Ladies Professional Racquetball Tour.